Well, folks, I said I'd pop on tonight. It's been about 2.5 weeks since I last been on. I've been really busy with other matters besides Celtic and YouTube, but I've obviously been watching all the games. I've been dealing with my own inputs in my mind, but it's been a weird week. It's been a weird week. I hope you can all hear me okay as well. I don't have the microphone tonight, so it's just the microphone off the webcam as well. So these are all certainly welcome in. Look at we got beaten the other night 7-1. A lot of us are trying to, erase it from the mind. But you know what? You could be beaten 4-1 in the Europa League at home. Could be. And your TV money could be going to the champions as well, Scotland. So could be worse. Could be worse. Look at the other night, it was outrageous. You're playing against top class quality, and there was a lot of skill by defending. There was errors, from back to front. Our phenomenal captain, he had a really bad game. I thought my was the only decent player we had out there. I thought the whole squad just looked deflated. And soon as they scored the third goal, it was just down, downwards for Celtic. And you're playing against a Champions League finalist, and this is what happens, folks. As much as we all love Celtic, as much as we all have that feeling in our gut, we all think we can nick a result or put a game on and go out there. And we've been on flying form all season. It's a big step going from domestic football to Champions League football. And I'm going to be brutally honest, which is I'm not going to turn around and be on my high horse and expect to us to win every single game of the Champions League. Definitely not. And I don't expect us to be getting thumped big games as well, because we have been thumped with the likes of PSG, teams like that in the past. And I'm dreading Atalanta. I know Atalanta haven't been razor sharp this season in Serie A, but I'm dreading Atalanta the next coming game in the Champions League away from home. But you never know what happens in football, and we go as underdogs, and actually, you know, hopefully we have Carter Vickers back for that. It could be a different game, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, folks. Ross County the weekend. You're gonna knock it on the chin, get the bread and butter games done and dusted, and that's the most important thing. As much as we all like to see our boys, so fair play to all the fans that went to Dortmund. Some Mounties went over, cheered us on for the whole game, and it was hard to watch. It was. I was down in Liverpool. I was in Fitzgerald's bar watching it, and it was a struggle to watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't really. I'll be honest. I wasn't even pissed off at the end. It's just as soon as that third goal went in, I goes, "This is gonna be a FIFA score." So, what do you think about? Where'd you get the top, Keith? I got this. I got this top ages ago. I got it off a company ages ago. It's like literally stains all over. I can't even get stains. It was like beer stains from Ward out to the Brazen for the 3-all game, the Derby game, which we should have won. But yeah, I just thought I'd raise a bit of solidarity, to what for a certain country out there, and FC Palestina as well, cracking top FC Palestina of Chile. So yeah, look, it is what it is. We're going to talk about the Adidas deal. We're going to talk about the new Adidas oranges and jersey as well. Originals jersey, sorry. Um, yeah, yeah. So I said I pop on. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. As I said, I know I haven't been on. Been really busy, folks. I just been put on the back burner. I know people say to me all the time, "Why you're not going to come on? Why you do this? Why you do that?" Just too much going on. I was away for 3 days and I enjoyed it. So accepting the result. But as I said, battled on, get on with it. You're playing against a Champions League team, and that's what happens. Let's be honest, their defeat is made better by the Manky Mob score tonight. But we will hold on. We'll hold our heads high. We only need 6 more points from 6 games to get into the next stage. That's not necessarily true, to be honest. Six points from 6 games. We need to realistically get 12 points. 12 points. We have 3 already. Get another 9, and perhaps we will be into the next round. But look at it is what it is. We'll learn from it. You know, a lot of fans were giving Austin Trusty a lot of pelters. I could see the frustration. He's match fitness. He's not there. He's not sharp yet. And look, you're playing against a quality side. It's like just people. And if any Celtic fan couldn't admit the way we lost, he's a out of depth. But I'm sure a lot of you are on the same page as me. Look, at taking on the chin, it defeats defeat. As much as we hate losing, but there's no point crying about it. Move on. Move on to Sunday. Move on to Ross County Sunday. Go up to Dingwall, get a result, get the 3 points, and maybe a 4-5-0. It's just weird. You're seeing Celtic winning 4-5-0, even 6-0 this season, and then you're going into a Champions League game. You're like, there's a different level, but it is what it is. You got to be positive. Dortmund cost over $250 million to assemble. We have to stop beating ourselves up. Exactly. Bundesliga, massive revenues in that. They've done well. Look at the money they've put into the squad as well, and getting to the final last season as well. It is what it is. Simple as that. And yeah, it's, as I said, a lot of us will have that love in our hearts and expect us to go out and win every game, but that's not always the case in football, folks. And as I said, we got to just tackle the bread and butter and focus on, winning the League Cup, winning the league, perhaps regain the Scottish Cup as well. You never know. You never know. And I felt sorry for Brendan the other night. Brendan's has taken a few bad defeats as a Celtic manager in his 2 terms as a manager at Celtic, and but I think you beat Slovan Bratislava and you're on a high and you're expecting to go out and you're flying form on match day 1, go to match day 2 and you're getting beaten. You're in -2 goal difference, but you're 3 points on the table. It could have been worse. It could have been 10-1. It could have been 10-1. But it is what it is. Keep the chin up, keep the faith, folks. Keep the faith. Do you think we'll ever see a nighttime derby game again and the away fans back? A nighttime derby game? Yeah, I'd say we will in the future, definitely. Just depends on the fixtures. I think we will see a nighttime game again. I don't know if it'll be anytime soon. Away fans back. They're working on them, obviously, at the moment. Obviously, we're locked out of the Ibrox, but it probably do us a bit of favour. Place is stinking anyway. But it'll be soon. I'd say it'll be soon. What, having this conversation about fans in, away fans out, it's we're never going to win. People will agree and I disagree. My opinion is you need to have some capacity of maybe 2,000 or 3,000 away fans to give it an extra spice to the derby. But most fans don't want them in the stadium. It's simple as, in their opinion. And we all have different opinions on it. And it's not what we think as fans, it's what the board is, what they allocate at the end of the day, innit? When you think about it. So yeah, look, you can't. There's no better moment than seeing them walking out when they get getting pumped. But it is what it is, and it's just it's the normality now, innit? So yeah, good question. Thanks very much, though. If you want to join the membership as well on YouTube, we really appreciate it. This is my first video of this month. I haven't done any videos, so I said I'd get on and get the finger out and stop hiding in the cave and show people I'm actually alive, still kicking. I met a guy in the airport last week. He came over to me, was standing at a pillar, texting him before, and he goes, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, mate. I ain't nothing fucking special. I'm just a normal guy that makes videos like everyone else, like Ryan, like Hamish, like Tony, like Paul John Dykes, like everyone else. They all do it. And a big shout out to a Celtic State of Mind and Axon. Thank you very much for giving me the privilege to go and watch Charlie McGrew on stage after the St. Johnstone game last week. Got to meet Charlie McGrew, got to follow the page as well. Lovely guy. Some really cracking stories as well from Charlie McGrew. Fair play to the organisation of Grace's Bar, and it was a really good crowd and good crack as well. And fair play to that 16-year-old guy called Paddy, the singer. He was unbelievable. He was absolutely class on stage. So really good night. Really good night. shout out to me pal Lloyd as well for sorting me out. So it's a good event. Good event. If you've never been to a Celtic State of Mind event, I'd recommend go. Good crack. Good crack. Really enjoyed it. Really, obviously the result as well. But Charlie getting down the road about 20 to 10 and getting on stage and putting a show on was brilliant. You know, there probably will be an even. Don't never say never. Look, I understand it's all down to policing and SFA and stuff like that, and the clubs being involved. But you never know. You know. Thanks very much, Archie. Hope you're doing well. Thanks very much for joining the YouTube membership. As I said, it's 99 pence, folks. If you just click onto the YouTube and subscribe for the monthly membership. I haven't done much videos. As I said, I've been busy with other stuff, and yeah, I'll just hopefully get back in the swing of things this month. It's so let's kick on to this anyways while I'm on, right? And I've seen a few people talking about this today, so let's kick this on, right? Let's talk about this top. 85 quid. 85 quid is a lot of money for a top that we're not going to actually wear, to be honest with you. Now, the actual gear itself, I have to say, really impressive. Really impressive. There's been a lot of talk on the street that Celtic are going to renew their contract with Adidas or Adidas, whatever you want to call it. My verdict on the whole Adidas deal over the last 5 years brought out some really nice tops, some alright tops, some decent training gear. Some fans don't like them at all. They'd rather go back to Nike. They'd rather go even Umbro. I've even had people saying even get New Balance back out to me. I personally want us to keep Adidas for another 5 years. I think it's vintage, some vintage clothing, and we'll go down to these. Look at Mickey Lustig, the super sweet. He looks so good as always. What a man! What a beautiful man, eh? Kind of gives me Jamaica vibe feels to it, folks. I know you're probably the prices are a bit Klarna CSC. I think I might have to. I was like looking at getting the t-shirts, this top, and then the bottoms all in. That was nearly £200. I was like, holy Jesus, remortgage the gap for the Celtic tracksuit. But it's nice stuff. Nice stuff. Yeah, it's like look, it's kind of vintage looking, and given that variety of different clothing to Celtic fans, it just shows that we are going into that elite label, of merchandise for Adidas teams like clubs like Manchester United, like Real Madrid's, Liverpool will be going back to Adidas as well. I was in Anfield on Monday, done a stadium tour with my other half. We're down in Liverpool, and we went into the museum, and they had the old beams or the old standing bit for the cop before I got knocked down in 1995, and that was obviously Celtic fans that done a museum tour and put ultra stickers on it. And then when you go further in, you actually see obviously Celtic were the first team to play Liverpool after the Hillsborough disaster. If you're aware, 2 weeks after it, to raise funds for the families and the victims of that horrific day back in April 1989. And there's a scarf as well. Celtic scarf straight away. I was like, let me hold that scarf. But look, it is what it is. I was down there for 3 days. So I might as well go and see one of the most successful clubs in football. And yeah, some people say, "Oh, would you not go to Goodison?" Because I just didn't want to go to Goodison. Simple. It's a shithole anyway. But I done the ferry tour. I'm at the ferry tour down the Mersey, and I've seen everything's new stadium getting built, and it looks nice. It looks nice. But we were in Anfield, and I was just like to the other half. I was like, what, Celtic need these escalators. They need to put more into the stadium, big time. You're looking at Liverpool had to get in 2 new stands over the last 10 odd years, but I like to see us put money into our stadium, into our infrastructure. I know we've obviously done the changing room up and the tunnel up and stuff like that. But come on, you want to lay the benchmark in Scottish football, and I know we have a phenomenal stadium, but we could do a bit better with the money we have. Simple as, simple as. But this gear here on the screen, absolutely unbelievable. Has anyone pre-ordered it? Do you like the bottoms? Kind of looks like, rain gear kind of material, but it is what it is. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. How's it going, Kevin? Hope you're doing well. How you getting on, Martin? Hope you're doing well. Um, don't let the Scaffoldorians back in animals back in parkheads and let them use the toilets. But I can understand your frustration, understand your opinion on it, but it's not up to you. You know, we'll see what happens after the Ibrox derby. If Celtic will break, like Celtic are putting their security measures in place, that they're pumping nearly £1 million into, away allocation and stuff like that but they couldn't comply, and that's why we didn't give them tickets for the first derby of the season. So see what happens. See what happens. As I said, my opinion is I just I don't like the word saying welcome them back. Definitely not welcome them back. You know, give them 2,000 allocation or whatever. Obviously we have a bigger stadium, so we have to give them a bit more allocation than they to give us at Ibrox. But it's for another day. It's for another day. Look at Lacazette. Lacazette scored 2 goals tonight against them. Second goal was an absolute cracker by Lacazette. It's like what Moussa Dembele used to do to me. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, look, I'm at the coming out of caves as well after that result on Tuesday night. But look, I would have went on yesterday, but I was travelling back up to Glasgow from Liverpool, and it's good. It was a different experience, sitting in the pub and in an Irish pub and having the Michael Davis CSC there singing for the whole game. Good experience, but too pretty bad that the result was it is what it is. But yeah, but yeah. So that's the new training gear. We're in advanced talks to get them in. And the crazy thing is, Celtic and Adidas made £34 million last season on jersey sales with Celtic. So that which put Celtic in the top 20 football club merchandises in the world jersey sales. I think they were actually ninth in the tables. Now it could correct me on that, but I've seen a couple of tables. I don't know how accurate it is, but we were definitely in the top 20 anyway. But some people buy the tops, some people don't buy the tops, and we're all different. We're all different in our own ways. But yeah, let's see who's tuning in. 23 people tuning in. As I said, if you can jump over to YouTube and subscribe, come on the Hoop Celtic. I'm gonna start doing more videos. We have Ross County to look forward to on Sunday. I'll do a preview for that on Saturday night. I'll be back on to do a preview for that as well. Alistair Johnston has picked up that back injury which he got against Dortmund. So Alistair Johnston won't be a part of Canada's round of games. So he's out of the game for Sunday. So Anthony Ralston will play on Sunday, and he scored a stoppage time winner at Dingwall back in Ange's first season. So we see what happens. See what happens. I don't know if you can hear me. 15 people tuning in. But yeah, it's good to see you in, Phil. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. Just remove this stop screen there. Let me see. Let's have a look at this as well. Second now. So October is going to be a challenging month. Like every game is challenging, right? So after this game against Ross County on Sunday, the international break will commence for us. Liam Scales, Adamida was called up for the Republic of Ireland. So was former Celtic player Mikey Johnson as well. Look, Ireland have to play Finland and stuff in the Nations League, but we'll see what happens. I don't really want to talk about the Irish football team at the moment. It's just an absolute pain to talk about, frustrating to talk about. But yeah, I've had some good times of watching the Irish team as well over the years, you know, in European Championships and stuff. Let me see. So let's share screen this for you and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Rusty, haven't been on in 2.5 weeks. You're probably wondering, was I chucking it in, giving up my channel? No, definitely not that case. I've just been really busy, folks, with sick family members and holidays and work and stuff. So yeah, I'm still here in good spirits. So Ross County on Sunday, then international break, then hopefully to get to this game yourself on the 19th of October against Aberdeen. Top of the table clash. All that malarkey stuff. Even though we have a superior goal difference, and then that following couple of days, then we're off to Atalanta, which I'm not trying to put a Debbie Downer on things, folks. I'm not trying to put a Debbie Downer things at all, but am I confident going in against Atalanta? About 25% confident. Not because of exactly getting beaten by Dortmund, hammered by Dortmund. It's just by playing against a team that won the Europa League. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, with the Atalanta at this moment of time. They haven't had a great start this season, and they're a decent team. They're 14th, 12th in Serie A. They've only won one game in the last five. That would give us a bit some optimism, but it's Serie A is completely different to the Scottish Premiership. So we look at us, we won our 8 games in domestic football, and then we got thumped. So it is what it is. Look, Ryan, thanks very much. 5 months membership, really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Ryan. I hope you're well. Hope you're keeping lit. Hell. Good to see good folks in. Um, so folks, I'm gonna think of this at the end of this month. I might do a competition. I might do a competition on YouTube and give away a jersey. You know, a Celtic home jersey for this season. For enough money there, I'll buy it for a lucky winner. I'll buy it directly from the club store and get it sent to you. So I might do a competition to get people involved, give something back to the channel. I've just been really busy, as I said. I know you'll probably hear excuse upon excuse with me every 6 weeks. Oh, Keith he's sick, or he's not on, or he's doing stuff. End of. I can't be consistent as other channels are. That's just the God honest truth. I wish I could be that consistent. I wish I could be that consistent like I was in transfer deadline week, where I wasn't that month of the transfer window closing. I wish I could be, but things get in the way. We have kids, we have jobs, we have partners, we have other stuff to do. Pay bills and stuff. So and obviously look at Celtic. So they're the fixtures there. Look, realistically, we should beat Aberdeen at home. Atalanta, I'm not even talking about that just now. Motherwell away is going to be a really difficult game, and Dundee at home. We should be Dundee. Look, you never know. Luke McCowan might start that night and score against Dundee. It's just, as I said, we're coming down off an embarrassing result, and yeah, Callum McGregor got a lot of heat the other night off a lot of fans, and yes, he was, he looked very, very out of depth, but it's a collective, it's a collective. It's no point criticizing one player. The whole team as a core were in that. We were not at it. It's just it was a game beyond us, and we didn't make an account for ourselves. Yet we got an equaliser, and that was really it. But hardest game there, Atalanta and Motherwell. Atalanta is the hardest game. I know you probably say Aberdeen's probably harder than Motherwell, but look, we're at Celtic Park. Atalanta is going to be the hardest one. top. Yeah, but your top is class, man. Yeah, that's all. He does the job, you know. Raising solidarity for a certain country. I'm not going to say because you know what YouTube's like. Red light, red flag, red light, and yeah, and that other country as well, above that country as well, raising solidarity for that country as well, because it's a difficult time at the moment in a certain part of the world, and my thoughts and prayers are with them, with that folk of people over there as well at this difficult time. So yes, yes, that's why I have this top on. You know, I don't always think about myself. I like to engage with you as well. But should we start Ida on Sunday against Ross County? I think Kyogo looked quite burnt out the other night. I know he came off and stuff, but should we start Ida against? I would make a few changes on Sunday. I would, obviously Johnson is out, so I would start Shamichael. It's a good question. Watch out. Got beaten on his got beaten. Was it the fifth goal or the sixth goal? He got beaten on his near post. Very, very, very poor performance by Kasper. Look, I've came out and been boasting about Kasper Schmeichel since we were linked with him, and I'm a really big fan of Kasper Schmeichel. But you know what? He didn't do himself any justice. I know he pulled off some decent saves in the game. It could have been 10-1, but um, you know, players dip, and when you're playing against a top class opposition and you don't have a really, you know, I don't like saying a trusted defense because they have been getting clean sheets in the league, but a defense that just are not capable of coming on into the Champions League and going to a level. Let's be honest, we're playing against a team like Borussia Dortmund. We're not playing Sparta Prague or Slavian Bratislava. No disrespect to them teams, but you're raising your level, especially away from home, and this is what happens. But Kasper Schmeichel, he'll bounce back. He's a good guy. He's really a good guy, and I'm enjoying them having him in goals for Celtic. And let's not give the guy a hard time too much. Let's just back the players. Let's back the squad. As I said, I've been the biggest, you know, probably criticizing Palmer the most of all the Celtic YouTubers, but my God, he's just not at it. Just look at we're not a broken club. It's a defeat. It's our first defeat of the season. Let's not cry about it too much. But it could be worse. It could be beaten 4-1 at home tonight in the Europa League. You just learn lessons in the Champions League, and that's where it is, folks. It is what it is. Just take it on the chin. And if you can't take it on the chin, I can't accept. Sometimes Celtic are just not at that level. You're not supporting the right team. You have to accept it's the part and parcel what happens in football games. You win some, you lose some, you draw some, and I'm still as a fan as like you are. I'm still confident that we will be playing Champions League football bar January. Bar January. I'm just gonna knock the camera off for 1 second. I just want to take a sip of juice. So just 2 seconds. Arnie Ingles. I thought look, he's been pretty good and he's been pretty good in the Celtic shirt so far. The other night just couldn't do it. Nicholas Cohen had a chance to square the ball over, just couldn't turn up. And look, it's too much of a game for them. They're quite young. They're still in their early 20s, folks. Give them a bit of slack. I think Arnie Ingles has been decent so far. Tate actually done all right when he came on. Now I said on my socials at the start of Tate had a Bernardo and it just wasn't meant to be. But you know, it is what it is. We need to move on. Be optimistic. Just 2 seconds, folks. I'm just gonna jump off the camera for 2 seconds. This is my way of saying it, right? We haven't we haven't conceded in the league yet. We haven't conceded in the league yet, right? We beat them in the derby so far. We're 5 points clear of them. We have a superior goal difference to Aberdeen. We have a keeper that had a blunder the other night, so the whole team had a blunder. But overall, I've been impressed with Celtic this season. I think our season so far we've been doing really well, and plus we scored 5 goals in the Champions League in the opening day as well. So you got to think of what we have done so far. Um, some fans may feel like we're on it, could be on a downward spiral. Definitely not. Definitely not. Look, we have Aston Villa away, which would be a very difficult game. To be brutally honest with you, I can't see us beating Villa in the final game. They went on to beat Bayern Munich the other night in Villa Park, and I know Celtic fans will have that mentality. I'm going to Birmingham. I'm going to Aston Villa. Expect us to win. Out straight, can't see it happening. But you'd never know in football. You never know. So we have a lot of football. We have a lot of teams to play against, and we have Club Brugge. We have a tricky trip to Zagreb as well in there. Um, we have to play Red Bull as well at home of Germany, the most hated club in Germany as well. And then who else do we have at home? Young Boys as well. So yeah. Will Brendan leave if he wins the treble and does well in Europe? No, he'll stay for his final year and then he'll move on. Like he still has another season left, and he's going to be linked with the West Ham job. He's going to be linked with moves to English football over this season and other clubs, folks. So it's normality in football. I wouldn't panic about it if he's linked with West Ham or he's linked with Bournemouth or he's linked with clubs. Even wouldn't be surprised if Slot was to go on a downward spiral Liverpool and he's linked with a move back to Liverpool. Wouldn't be surprised with that. But Brendan will be a Celtic manager at the end of the season. I think I'm quite confident he will be lifting that league trophy. I'm quite confident he will get us a couple of more wins in the Champions League. That's a great question there, Martin, by the way. Really good question. Villa will probably have qualified when we play them. They might play second string. Don't know. The thing about that is, Martin, you get decent money for winning the Champions League game, decent revenue in there. So they might play second string. It just depends on the domestic ambitions as well. If they're pushing for top four again with Unai Emery, look, he's done a phenomenal job with Aston Villa. Look, delighted for John McGinn. Villa have done really well. 2.5, I think. Yeah, I think it's 2.5. I have to check now. Give me a second. I had these a few weeks ago. We were going through this. Prize money, Champions League. Champions League. Here we go. Just have to accept this, folks. Just give me a second. Let me see. That's completely different. I'm looking at a different table here. Yeah, it's you get 275 grand, well, euros for playing a game, guaranteed playing for a game. I think it's 750,000 for a draw, and then it could be up to 2.5 million for a win. It just depends on the revenue and stuff like that. But yeah, look, it is what it is. But there's money to be played for anyway. Let's see what Martin says. True, the money available for the win means not really in dead rubber games in the Champions League. That's it. There's no dead rubber games in the Champions League. Definitely agree with you. All at stake. But look, folks, I'm going to jump off tonight. Just wanted to just pop on to show me face that I am still alive and kicking. I've been really busy. I appreciate a lot of you not unsubscribing over the last couple of weeks. Look, I haven't put up much because I've been really busy. But I'll try to get back on tomorrow for a quick video and see what the news is. As I said, just to recap, Alistair Johnston is injured for the Ross County game, so it's not good news. Jess Marsh, the Canada manager, confirmed that he won't be a part of his plans for Canada's Nation Leagues games. So yeah, I don't know what the stories with Carter Vickers. Don't know when we're going to have him back in a Celtic shirt. Will it be Ross County Sunday? Will it be Aberdeen after the international break? Brendan Rodgers will do his press conference tomorrow, and obviously they'll assess the squad. He'll say who's available and who's not available, but see what happens. Mark, how are you getting on? I hope you're doing well. And that was a difficult one the other night, man. As I say to every fan, just keep the chin up. It's been a phenomenal season so far for Celtic. Not one game is one defeat is not going to damper the whole season. It's all learning curves. It's all bumps and bruises. At the end of the day, you get knocked out or not even knocked out, knocked down, and get back up, get back up off the mat. And we've been spoiled for choice this season with goals. Some really good collective goals, some really good teamwork. We seen the other day that even the Adamida, the link up play for Adamida's goal with Alex Valley. He looks like a player, and different dynamics to Greg Taylor. And time will come. Time will come. Like Ross County is going to be difficult the weekend. Where are they actually in the table? Let's have a look. I don't tend to look that far down. I know they're not bottom anyway because Hearts are bottom. The Hearts get beaten after all. I know they were playing tonight. Ross County, they're actually seventh in the table. Jesus, it's going to be a difficult one, all right. Difficult. No, Hearts actually won. Jesus Christ, they actually won tonight. But yeah. So we'll see what happens, folks. I will be back onto the channel. We'll be back on the channel probably tomorrow night for a half an hour and get back on. I just want to say a massive thank you to Archie Football for the membership. Massive thank you for the 5 months membership, Ryan Rafferty. You absolute legend. Thank you very much about the comment on the top as well. And massive thank you as well to Mark Scott as well for the £2 donation to the channel. As I said, this is the first video of hopefully many this month. So see what happens. We'll see what happens, and I'll be back on tomorrow. Back on tomorrow sometime before I jet back to Dublin for the weekend. So speak to you all soon. Good night. God bless. Remember the name Lacazette. Lacazette. So when you're in work tomorrow, if anyone's annoying, you just say Lacazette. And see for the gobshites that played Dortmund in the Europa League back about 2-3 seasons ago, whatever, and they go on to go, we won over there. Mate, did you go on to win the trophy that season? Oh, I forgot. Remember that other German team, Eintracht Frankfurt? Do you remember that team? Do you remember Aaron Ramsey? Pumped. But yeah, hit them with a stone cold stunner. But I'll speak to you all soon. Good night. God bless. Have a good one. I'm going to leave you with the regular videos, the same closure to the channel as always. We'll leave you with this.
Don't you think that they need the Champions League's money here? I think so. I think they need that. I think that's a good answer, isn't it?
Why is that not playing? Oh, bad. I wonder if she was out tonight. Probably not. Leave her be with our scarf and our bread jersey, whatever it is. Leave her be. But anyways, I'm gonna go. I'll speak to you all soon. Good night. God bless. Thanks for watching the stream.